Hello photography freak people! Hope you all are doing good. In the world of landscape photography, the state of California in the American West is one of the most iconic places in the world. Whether you're a local who calls California home, or an international traveler, you have probably put at least one trip to the Golden State on your bucket list. To ensure that your trip is a success, I've compiled a list of the 10 best California landscape photography locations, so that you can strategically plan your travels. Now rolling on. Hash 1 Yosemite National Park. Never heard of it? Is not going to be anyone's reaction to this first pick, of course. Everybody has heard of, and seen innumerable photos of, Yosemite. It's been photographed by serious landscape photographers for many generations. Yosemite is an enormous park, however, and there are lots of sights to see beyond the handful of iconic spots. Many of them are accessible from almost the same exact spots as the stereotypical trophy shots, with just a little bit more effort put into a hike or a drive. One great example is Illinois Falls, a waterfall that can be very impressive in the spring and summer, but isn't known as well as the iconic 4 big waterfalls in the park. It is an easy/moderate hike from Glacier Point to the falls viewpoint. Just be careful, please, when you are near the top of any waterfall. Slip and fall accidents can cause tragic accident in an instant. No photo is worth your life. After you visit Yosemite Valley, do yourself a huge favor and explore literally anywhere else in the Sierra Nevada within or nearby Yosemite National Park. It's all beautiful, and you simply can't go wrong. Fun fact, Yosemite Valley itself was carved by glaciers from 100-million-year-old granite. Recommendations: unfortunately, Yosemite National Park is a very popular international tourist destination, so all summer long there will be traffic, tour buses, and more traffic, even during the weeks when children are out of school. I'll be blunt, it's chaos. Therefore, I would absolutely recommend visiting the park in the dead of winter, and just to be safe, only in the middle of the week, if possible. Camera gear. Opportunities abound for all types of compositions, from ultra-wide to telephoto, and everything in between. Unless you're doing an overnight backpacking trip into the high country, don't leave a single lens behind, bring them all. I know that many will probably favor ultra-wide or telephoto compositions, however, having visited Yosemite innumerable times myself, my favorite lens these days is actually a 15. Hash 2 Sequoia National Park. Any trip to Yosemite should also include a trip to see the giant trees that grow nowhere else in the world, natively except the western slopes of California's Sierra Nevada. Sequoia National Park itself is about a half-day's drive south of Yosemite proper, and, in hint, there are also numerous other small groves of giant sequoia dotted all along the Sierra, if you get the right permission to visit them. Fun fact, the giant sequoia is one of Earth's largest living things, with General Sherman weighing as much as till 1,400 tons. That's 15 blue whales. Visiting the main areas of Sequoia National Park will offer plenty of jaw-dropping sights, as these trees only grow in small groves here and there. You can explore quite a few different nearby places in a single day, or spend a night or two camping in the park or nearby. Recommendations: the sequoia groves are especially beautiful in the spring and summer when the dark red tree trunks can be contrasted against bright greens and even wildflowers, and in the month of May, dogwood blooms. Visiting in the winter can also offer a magical experience if you are lucky enough to see snowfall among these giant trees, although it is becoming increasingly rare. Camera gear. While an ultra-wide or wide-angle lens is a must, I have also had lots of fun using a telephoto lens to isolate subjects and give a sense of scale when juxtaposing a sequoia tree next to anything else for scale. Hash 3 The Eastern Sierra. If you're making any sort of loop-style tour of California, it should include a trip to the other side of the Sierra Nevada range, generally referred to as the Eastern Sierra. Recommendations: there is a lifetime of adventures to be had in this general area, so my advice is to pace yourself. Don't try and see every site in one trip, let alone in just 1 or 2 days. Take your time, focus on 1 or 2 places, explore them, and just soak in the beauty of those places. From stunning fall colors at the higher elevations, almost everywhere in the whole Eastern Sierra, but especially near Bishop, CA to the legendary Alabama Hills, there's a lot to do and see. Again, don't expect to have iconic spots such as Mobius Arch all to yourself on a weekend in the summer, or even on a weekend in the spring or fall. As I have mentioned before, if you look around you'll find many other beautiful spots nearby. Camera gear. There are so many distant peaks that, no matter what your photographic style is, I can guarantee you'll want to have a telephoto zoom ready. 4. Death Valley National Park. As if intentionally trying to be the exact opposite of everything else that is beautiful in California, Death Valley is an enigma, empty, barren, desolate, and often featureless, seemingly lifeless even. And yet, this national park attracts over 1 million visitors each year. Another half-day's drive away from the vicinity of Eastern Sierra, Death Valley is a must-see for any landscape photographer who want to experience the diversity that California has to offer. Landscape photographers themselves might be best suited to describe what it is about Death Valley that is so attractive. The scenery may often appear bleak and, well, dead at first, yet there is beauty in the desolation. There are numerous giant sand dune fields, mesquite dunes being accessible by paved roads and a short hike, and other dune fields requiring off-road driving and wilderness navigation skills. Recommendations: first and foremost, be prepared. Never go anywhere in Death Valley without a map, backup GPS/navigation skills, and a few days' supply of food and water, even if you plan to stay on paved roads and never venture far from your vehicle. Summer heat is guaranteed to be absolutely unbearable, to the tune of 110°+F, that's 43°C, folks. Thus, visiting in the late fall, winter, and early spring is best, despite the potential for freezing cold temperatures. Cooler daytime temps and great nightscape photography opportunities make this hotspot, pun definitely intended, much more enjoyable. Camera gear. Make sure you keep that telephoto zoom handy. Many of the stunning sights are seen from a great distance, and compression is a powerful tool for capturing the essence of Death Valley. Depending on your personal style, a wide and normal lens will also find use. 5. Joshua Tree National Park. California is home to more than one type of iconic tree. In fact, it has more than one national park named after a plant life. Joshua Tree National Park is named after the Joshua Tree, of course, Yucca brevifolia, which only grow in the Mojave Desert area of California, Arizona, Nevada, and Utah. Joshua Tree National Park itself is home to many impressive landscape sites, combining the iconic trees with equally iconic rock formations. Recommendations: it's the desert, and it's almost as hot as Death Valley, so go in the winter. It may be freezing on the coldest nights, but a warm fire and the right sleeping bag, jacket, and gloves can make it bearable, while the lack of crowds and the increased chance of a beautiful sunrise or sunset due to winter weather patterns can make it worth the trip. Camera gear. Both wide, normal, and telephoto compositions abound. Don't leave any lens at home. Also, in the late winter, spring, summer, and early fall you can catch the Milky Way in the night sky, so don't forget your best nightscape lens. Thanks for watching. If you are curious about other landscape photography destinations, or have a suggestion about visiting California in particular, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below.